So how to overcome social anxiety with talking to women and dating women and building honest relationships. Hit that subscribe button if this is something that you want to improve. I've been coaching guys in this area for a long time. Right, so I'm going to do something different today, right? Usually the advice I give, and it is the right advice, for any guy that's got social anxiety with women, I would encourage them to practice talking to women, because that's really the only way you're going to get over the nerves. That's the only way that's going to make you more relaxed. But there is more work behind that, and I want to talk about limiting beliefs, which comes with social anxiety. And I did a video on limiting beliefs, and it did pretty well. You can check it out as a link somewhere up here. So, as I said before, beliefs are not easy things to change, but the good news is any guy can change his beliefs if he's willing to put the time, the effort, the focus in, and go through the inevitable failures, rejections and challenges, emotional, mental, that you're required to go through to come out the other side. So with negative beliefs, let's say for example you've got guys that they don't believe they're attractive enough. They just don't believe that they can attract a woman. So anytime they speak to them, anytime they think about speaking to a woman, or anytime they're in a situation, they get nervous and they get anxious. And a lot of that anxiety is coming from the negative beliefs. Yes, it's coming from in that moment, because you're in reality and you get triggered and you're nervous and you're worried about getting awkward. Yes, but the root cause of the problem behind all that, what triggers that, is the beliefs that you've got about yourself, which inherently they always come from in the childhood, through negative experiences, like I said on the last video, bullying at school, name calling, being rejected, anywhere where you felt like you were a failure, or where people maybe laughed at you, or you feel ashamed or embarrassed. Yeah, basically anywhere where you feel you failed or you were rejected, same kind of thing. If you don't know how to build your confidence up, those beliefs develop. So the thing that I know that works is building confidence, which kind of overpowers negative beliefs. So it's basically replacing a negative thought about yourself with a positive one. It's basically replacing a negative emotion with a positive emotion. And one of the best ways that you can do that is by going to the gym. And I'm going to say that again, because that, for most guys, they'll just hear that and go, yeah, the gym. You won't really get it until you do it. Now, you can't just go to the gym. You've got to go to the gym and you've got to train your ass off. And you've got to keep improving every session. You've got to see progress. When you train hard, you feel good, it's rewarding, because you know that you've given a great effort, and that reinforces self-esteem. And as your self-esteem starts going up, your thinking starts becoming more positive, your emotions start to regenerate, they go from negative to positive. Now, because you feel more positive and you feel more confident, when you're around women, you're able to make a better impression of yourself, and you're able to create a more positive energy despite having some social anxiety. Then you get a better reaction from women, because generally, in most cases, I'm not saying it's always true, but it's consistent. If you put out positive energy to women and you put out enthusiasm and confidence and honesty, they're going to give that back to you. And that's just a rule of thumb for people in general. So the more positive experiences you have with women, the more you start to develop confident beliefs about yourself, and the more you start to override the past, because that's what happens to a lot of guys. I see it. I've worked with so many guys, and I work for it myself. Guys are stuck in this mindset that they don't believe that they can ever change. They're so used to believing these negative thoughts about themselves, again, which can play out with a conversation like, well, I'm not good looking enough, she wouldn't date me, or I'm too short, or I'm bald, or I don't have enough money, or I'm not strong enough, I'm not masculine enough, or I'm not interesting, or I don't have a good job, or I don't have my own apartment. All these kind of insecurities that men have until they address them. But when you start putting in that practical work, and you start going to the gym, and you start being basically when you develop discipline in your life, and when you set goals and you achieve them, and even when you work towards them, that gives you a sense of entitlement in a healthy way. That gives you a feeling that I am good enough, because it's very easy to say, I am good enough because I've succeeded in the gym. I'm good enough because I'm a good person. I'm good enough because I made a sale in my business. See, that's a healthy way at looking at self-esteem, basing it on achievement, which is how most people's mind works. But when you haven't got anything to base it on, then it's very hard to counteract these negative beliefs that will say that you're not good enough and you can't get a woman, or, you know, I can't be confident around women, I can't be relaxed, I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I can't hold eye contact, I can't think of what to say, I'm self-conscious, I feel insecure all the time. To get those feelings out of you and to feel good, you have to do habits in which make you feel good. So does that make sense what I'm saying? I don't want to confuse you, right? Because I've gone quite deep, but it's all true. So what you do in your life is going to affect the levels of social anxiety that you're going to experience around women. Because I've said it before, if you feel good, you're not going to be awkward with women. If you feel positive and you're happy, then you're not going to generally run out of things to say, because that positive energy, that happy feeling, it creates that momentum and that energy for the words to flow easier, for the conversation to come out easier, rather than being stuck, stifled and in your head and not knowing what to say, and being too self-conscious and thinking too much about what you're saying and how you're behaving and worrying about what a woman would be thinking about you in a social situation. So if you put both of my teachings together, the first one being the exposure therapy, which is actually to go out and practice talking to women and suffer through the anxieties and the shyness and the awkwardness, those feelings, until they start to improve and you get more relaxed. If you do that, fantastic. And if you work on improving your life, the gym, discipline, your goals, and you stick at it, the gym or any discipline that you have, or a hobby or a business or a passion, or if it's helping people, whatever it may be, something that reinforces self-esteem, the combination of the two, the exposure therapy and the goal setting and the discipline and the gym and the training and the dieting and the personal improvement work, those two together are a recipe for success. And those two recipes will overcome the original limiting beliefs that come from the past, that come from traumatic experiences, that come from bad experiences. And a lot of people get in the mindset that, let's say you have 3 bad experiences on the first date. So you went on 3 dates in your life and all of the dates didn't go well. And you liked the women, but they didn't like you. So you've had those 3 bad experiences now. It's very easy for you to think that it's always going to be like that. If I was to go on a 4th date, it will go wrong because 3 went wrong. But actually, that's not true if you start to not believe that and challenge that. Because if you improve, you're going to behave a little bit differently to what you did on those 3 dates. So does that make sense? Any guy can change. I did it, and I've helped so many guys. So just because you failed when you were younger doesn't mean you're going to fail forever. Because you've got to realize, what mindset was you in when you got rejected by women, or when things didn't go well? Where was you at? How old was you? You're older now, you're wiser. You're probably a different person. So you have to not connect things in a negative way and say, oh, because in 1999 I got rejected by a girl, so now in 2022 I'll be rejected. How do you know that? That's just negative thinking. That's just letting the fear take over. So you have to have that discipline, and you have to have that fight inside of you to fight off believing these lies and these limiting beliefs. And that's when you start to overcome them. And it's good to understand. That's why today I really wanted to break down, give you a real depth insight on how negative beliefs work and how to overcome them. Because if you don't know how they're working, then you might get to a point where, yeah, you're going out, you're talking to women, and that is a good step, but you're not getting anywhere. You're not improving. You're not getting more confident. You're not getting a relationship. You're not getting a date. You're not getting success. And I've seen it happen with some guys that are a bit stubborn. They won't get a mentor. They won't make the investment, or they won't get help. They're just doing the same thing wrong. So usually that's because they haven't changed the beliefs. They haven't got a purpose in their life. They haven't got a goal. They haven't got something else that gives them self-esteem, other than relying and hoping that women will give it to them, or someone else will give it to them, or the next guy or the next person, when really no one can really give you self-esteem. Mentors can help you to help yourself. You've got to give it to yourself. So set goals, achieve those goals, challenge your existing limiting beliefs. Do not accept those beliefs. If you accept them, then you're going to be like that forever. Any guy can do this, I promise you, and any woman can do this. Anyone who decides to do it can do it. I did it. And if I can do it, I know anybody else can do it. And I've helped so many people to do it. So my goal today in this video is to get you to think differently about your limiting beliefs and give you the confidence and the motivation and the understanding to go and change them, and give you some tips and ideas which I've given you. So by all means, of course, to get over social anxiety, speak to women, go on dates, go to meetups, be social. Of course, you've got to practice that, because otherwise it ain't going to change. But work on, come back, check in, see how you're getting on with your beliefs, how you feel about yourself. And you'll notice the more you start to feel good about yourself, the better reactions you're going to get from women. And that's how you get a relationship. When I was in a negative place, guys, I was about 22, 23, between that age. My beliefs were so negative. I couldn't get a girlfriend because I didn't know how to change them. And it was just the same thing happening day in, day out until I got to a breaking point. You know my story, I felt suicidal. I started listening to Les Brown, Bruce Lee inspired me. My dad inspired me. The boxers inspired, and I went, right, time to take action. And through taking action, I started gaining confidence and my beliefs started to change. So yeah, you've got to face your fears to gain confidence, to change your beliefs, but you also got to be aware of the background noise, of the original problem to start with, the triggering points, what's creating the social anxiety, what's maintaining it. It's the beliefs about yourself. So it's what you believe, what you've been believing for years, because what you believe is what you achieve. I know it sounds cheesy, I like that rhyme, but it's true. If you keep believing something, even if it's a lie, then you're going to get that. If you believe that you cannot make a YouTube video and you just can't do, you won't do it, then you're never going to make it. If you challenge it and say, I don't believe I can make a YouTube video, I don't want that to be true, and you get up and you make a video, you've done it. But like I said, limiting beliefs are not easy. They're not easy to overcome initially, because most people have had them for so many years, they built momentum, they become a part of you. But the good news is you can do it if you're determined with the right mindset. And if you can't do it on your own, you should definitely get a mentor, no doubt about it. That's a great way to invest your money rather than spending it on junk and things like that. Now, I hope the information I've given you is enough for you to do it. If you can't do it and you want to work with me, send me an email and we can do a 2-hour online confidence coaching call over Zoom, and I can help you one-on-one and help you to get a strategy together so you can overcome your limiting beliefs. So that's couple of the ways of doing it, guys. And personally, that's how I did it. That's how I got over my social anxiety of women, got confident and got a girlfriend. I went gym, got in shape, built up discipline, self-esteem, and I went out and I practiced getting uncomfortable, talking to women until I got more comfortable, and eventually got a girlfriend, got positive experiences with women, and my beliefs changed from the negative old ones of not being good enough to feeling good enough, and then you've got a girlfriend. You've got all the proof that you need, all right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. I loved making it. I'm probably going to make another one because I'm learning more and more as I'm going along and teaching on this topic, and it's a great one, and it's one that I'm passionate about, and I want to help as many good people like yourself to overcome these beliefs so you can live a better life and get a girlfriend or just be more confident in yourself with women, all right? So I'll speak to you soon. Let me know your thoughts in the box below, and I'll see you in the next video, all right? Fearless.